Hi everyone and welcome to the Hermetic Shaman. My name is Jayme, and if you're new here, I am so glad that you have found your way to this space. If you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is a general collective message intended for anyone who feels drawn to it. As always, please take what resonates with you in your personal situation and gently release what doesn't. If you're interested in booking a personal reading or a session with me, you'll find the link to my website in the description box below. For those of you on TikTok, you'll find that on my profile. And if this message supports you in any way, please hit that like button, be sure to subscribe, and for those on YouTube, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss out on a reading. Alrighty y'all, before we open up the space, I did receive a channeled message while I was meditating earlier, and it was somebody wanting to come in and give you a gift. And I'm saying that with air quotes. This gift feels more like a bribe in a way to kind of buy your silence in regards to a situation. Whether this is, for some of you, this could have to do with at work. Like maybe somebody here doesn't want you to expose them at work, or this could be somebody who doesn't want you to testify or to follow through with some kind of legal precedent. Or this is someone here that's just trying to buy your silence. Maybe they don't want you to do the right thing. And whatever this gift is, it almost feels kind of like a smack in the face, because I feel like it's like they're trying to appeal to your ego through some kind of temptation here. So I feel like whatever this gift is, it's gonna look like something here that you've always wanted. And I kept hearing during the meditation, why now? Why now? That must be considered. And you need to ask yourself, why now? So let's open up the space. 222 on the timer. I call upon my full divine counsel in this sacred moment. Yahweh, eternal flame and sovereign creator. Elohim, divine architects of form and frequency. Sophia, holy mother of wisdom, womb, and word. Papa Legba, opener of the gates, keeper of the crossroads. Hecate, queen of witches, guardian of shadow and flame. Yeshua, ascended master of unconditional love and truth. My beloved ancestors of the blood, spirit, and stars, the archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and the eternal light of my Lyran soul, stand with me now. Surround this space in truth, clarity, and protection. Let every card reveal only what serves the highest path. Let falsehood fall, let wisdom rise. May I be a clear vessel for divine messages. May my words honor both shadow and light. May no harm enter, no distortion pass through. I read as Flamekeeper, Priest, and Sovereign Starseed. I read with purpose, integrity, and divine permission. I open this reading in full trust and alignment. So it is, so it has always been, and so it shall continue to be. Alrighty guys, we are going to be beginning with the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud. If you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe and divine counsel. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? It looks like there's going to be some kind of fallout. Somebody here is standing their ground against some kind of opposition. This has to do with somebody. This has to do with justice or restitution. I mean, this Six of Pentacles isn't upright. Given the fact that it's so far away from all of these wands, it's giving that somebody here is not thinking about the consequences. Seven of Swords. Somebody here is wanting to give the offer and present as if something here is oh my god, the words are like right on the tip of my tongue. Somebody here wants to make it seem like what they're doing is, or wanting you to believe that it is the right thing, or that it makes up for, that's what it is, that it makes up for something. It makes up for what they did, or what was done. We have the Queen of Wands sideways. We also have the King of Wands sideways and the Seven of Wands. It's like somebody here was standing their ground against some kind of opposition, but I don't feel like it was like going against doing the right thing. It's like somebody knows that they were not doing the right thing, but yet they still buckled down in their position, refusing to admit some kind of defeat, but not doing the right thing for everybody involved. Somebody here did not want to bring balance to a situation. They did not want some kind of balance to be restored. And this is somebody here who was willing to lie and deceive their way into getting their way, wanting to keep people trapped and stuck with some kind of old, outdated belief system, some kind of old, outdated thinking. I feel like this is two people. This could be a couple. It doesn't have to be. But these people are connected together in some kind of way. Both of them are struggling with being seen with these wands sideways. It's almost giving quick to burst. Like 1 minute, and the fact that it's sideways, like 1 minute they're fine, the next minute it's kind of like a Sour Patch Kid. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like a very volatile mixture. Not only with them as individuals, but also them together. Because it feels like it was this feminine energy here that was trying to go against the odds in regards to this King of Wands. See, nobody here is being real with themselves. Somebody here, this feminine energy here is severely grieving, or there's been some kind of a loss here that this feminine energy cannot process, or is not processing very effectively. We have the Four of Cups. It's like they're ignoring their own cup. So they're ignoring their own cup. They're not seeing what is right in front of them. It's like they want something else. They're focused on something else instead of what is best for them, or what's meant for them. I mean, with these wands energy, we do have an individual or individuals here who do not believe in themselves. And we do have the Fool sideways. This has to do with the inability to embrace some kind of change and some kind of new beginning. Somebody wants to keep something going. King of Swords, practically reversed. There's a whole lot of people involved that I feel like shouldn't even be involved. And it's right and it's like, it's giving like somebody here was trying to have other people team up against one individual, or getting a lot of people involved, and in doing so, like, the story always changes between everybody else that's involved, and this feels severely messy, like really, really messy. And it's all because somebody here doesn't want to do what's best for everybody involved. With this Six of Pentacles, they want the scales to be tipped in their favor. We have Temperance right here, and this Four of Cups. Somebody does not want to move on. They don't want to embrace some kind of change. Three of Swords. And it's like they're betraying themselves. There's a lack of authenticity here, which also tells me there's a lack of truth. There's a lack of appealing to emotions here. There's a lot of people here. Page of Cups, Six of Cups. Somebody is focused on the past. Maybe this is somebody here who feels like they're not going to get any better, so they need to try and fight for something that's clearly not working. I mean, I don't... Maybe the Ten of Pentacles reverse. This could have to do with family matters, a family situation, somebody's long-term plan. Maybe somebody here is... I don't think they're grieving the actual person at this point. I think they're just grieving on the life that they had planned in their own head. But I also feel like it was gonna... Something here was very unreasonable. It was unreasonable ask. Something here has been very unreasonable. Because what somebody was asking for came at a cost to somebody else. It was almost giving, like, applying pressure, like a feminine here was applying pressure to a masculine energy here in order to do something that went against their own morals. And maybe for a while, this person joined in, but I feel like that was because of some kind of lie that was intentionally placed, some kind of deceit, some kind of sabotage that was very intentional. I feel like also the issue here is that this feminine here is having a difficult time embracing the fact that this is their karma for whatever this was. Because I feel like somebody here said something to this King of Wands in order to assist them with their plan and their goal to balance the scales in their favor. But I also feel like either way, somebody here was going against their own, because there's family matters here. There's a lot of people here, even with this King of Swords in the reverse. That's somebody here who's very immoral, very unjust. Maybe somebody here could have even been working with a, I want to say like a karmic lawyer or like a corrupt judge. Corrupt, that's the word I'm looking for. Like a corrupt lawyer, or I don't know. But that's the type of energy that this is. Aye. We have the Knight of Wands reverse. Somebody who was very reckless, impulsive, very fiery. Somebody who could have reacted quick in haste out of some anger, out of some kind of resentment. Something here is going downhill because somebody here is not going to no longer have any forward movement, and it's this Queen of Wands. This feminine energy is not going to be able to proceed forward with their plans. We have the Tower is here and getting ready to destruct at any moment. The finality of some kind of contract is going to be taking place, and it's going to be witnessed, because when that tower falls, right, everybody sees the crumbling of the building. And this has to do, this feminine here could be trying to act and pose as if they were an empress. This could even be the Queen of Wands mother figure. There's a lot of people up in here. There's a lot of people. Strong Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Taurus, Virgo. I mean, everybody, all the signs are here, practically. Just trying to read this is messy. It's also giving some, like, this energy here of, like, shock and awe. Good news is on the way. And a rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Okay. Pig, beware of greed. So there is some kind of good news that's on the horizon here. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Somebody here is being greedy, or they were being greedy. We have tree affairs with your family. This has to do with the family situation, or a living situation, or the people that you consider family. Maybe this is a whole situation here where, like, something here I don't know. I don't want to say it. It almost feels like somebody here was trying to force their way in, or somebody, I don't know. It almost feels like somebody's spouse or something. It feels like it doesn't feel like that person, whoever this feminine energy is, male or female, I don't feel like they're a part of the family. Besides being, like, I don't want to say like invited, but like it almost feels like extended in some kind of way, like they're married to someone or they're connected to someone, whether that it's business as well. Like maybe it's somebody's business partner that was like, oh, go against your own, or I don't know, told them a lie so that way they would have more trust in them versus their own. We have Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. When one falls, a new one gets built. One that's more solid. Because some kind of situation here, it's over, it's done. We have Cat, a two-faced friend. It's in the reverse. So maybe this two-faced individual is finally leaving. This person that was working against you. This greedy person. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexity or dark hair. Could have been whoever this two-faced individual is, this person that was working against you. Somebody here wanted things to be unsettled. But there is good news on the horizon here about a solid foundation that is finally being erected after a false one crumbles. Somebody is highly regretful of what they did in the past and what they said because they didn't think that, I don't know, I feel like someone took something too far and they're finally realizing that they took whatever this sabotage, this deceit was, they took it too far. And I feel like something here was irrational, and maybe it could have even been based on some kind of old belief system. We have Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Give me 1 second, one fell over. Oh, actually two fell over. We have Beetle, good fortune, and Tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. So there is going to be good fortune in celebration. The worst is over. The worst is over. Something here is finally being rectified. Yeah, the truth is out. People have seen the truth. Two of Swords in the reverse about this injustice. Injustice could have even been done by somebody that was trying to bind a whole group to a situation here. So this is somebody here that was trying to make somebody else, or make something to be everyone else's problem. But people have awakened to this. We have a Queen of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles. This person is an Empress in the reverse. This could be a very karmic, toxic woman. This one with dark complexion or dark hair. Strong Capricorn, Libra. I mean, we have all of the signs of popping up. And the Magician in the reverse literally flew over as I was gathering the deck. Somebody here was trying to manipulate a situation in their favor, but all they're getting is a loss, with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Universe, please tell us more. The Eight of Wands. So news is traveling really, really fast about balance being restored. Something here is happening quickly. I think whatever opposition that somebody was doing or that somebody here was putting up, I think it's slowly fading. Because I feel like it's not working anymore. Their tricks and the schemes are no longer working by this feminine. I also feel like somebody here could have been blocked in a final end. Because this is the second time I'm doing this reading. The first time I did it, I got interrupted. And I never saved the file. So that's my own fault. But in that message was something here about collective. There was something recently here that gave you confirmation. It was something here that happened that was the confirmation that you needed to act. And you knew that something, like you knew something was up. This was the confirmation to prove that. But it was also the moment that you knew it was time, that you had to do something. Whatever it was that you did, it nipped something here in the butt. And it totally eclipsed this old cycle. And maybe something here has to do with this eclipse that just happened yesterday. Somebody here, some kind of stubborn energy is being removed from your environment. And it's whoever it was that was working against you. This is somebody here purposely that wanted you to feel unsettled. To keep you constantly working, not seeing anything. Like somebody wanted you beaten and down in order for you to conform to some kind of false reality that they were trying to manipulate in order to bend something in their favor. But I feel like whatever that was at a cost to you. And I feel like there's a lot of shit that you have settled for that you shouldn't have settled for. And that rectification is now transpiring. Universe, tell us more. Universe, tell us more. Three of Cups. There's definitely going to be a celebration. Three of Swords. Celebration on one end, but something here is being laid to rest on another hand, and somebody here isn't happy about it. And notice how this 4 and 3 of Swords equals a 7 of Swords. Somebody's falling on their own sword. They're falling on their own sword. For refusing to accept what is theirs, but focused on what everybody else has. Or what everyone else is doing. Or wanting what you have instead of nourishing and filling their own cup. They did something out of greed. This wasn't out of love. They did something out of their own greed. Because they wanted something that you had. Or they didn't feel like you were deserving of it. Could be both. But a celebration is on the horizon. Seven of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands reversed. Somebody is extremely overwhelmed that you are going to be receiving balance, that you are going to be receiving justice. Page of Wands in the reverse, 5 of Cups in the reverse, and the Hermit. You saw through. You saw, not only did you see through, but you also brought light to the manipulation of emotions here with this Five of Cups and Page of Wands reversed. You saw through it. You shone light on it. And you nipped it in the butt. Ten of Swords. Yes, you did. You taught somebody a very, very brutal life lesson. One that they were refusing to learn. It's like you snapped somebody out of their greed. Or maybe you forced them to take their greed elsewhere. Somebody here was settling. Because this greedy individual here, if they're watching, I want to let you know that you settled. Because by you taking something from somebody else who's deserving of it, you're underappreciating yourself for not trusting in your own abilities and you as a person to be able to provide it for you, or that the universe would be able to provide your needs and your desires to you. The Ten of Cups. There is going to be a happy ending here. The wait is over. This is happening really fast. The wait is over. This not working together, not being on the same page, this being all over the place, that energy, it's gone. It's over with. That environment, gone. We have the Star, we have the Three of Swords, and that Four of Swords. The universe is getting involved here. You surrendered something to the universe when you asked for assistance. And it's not about asking the universe, you know, for help and not doing anything on our end, right? That's not how manifestation works in any way, whether you pray or whether you do spell work or whatever, right? You do the ask, but then you have to back that energy up with action. You got to let the universe know that you're serious. You got to take active steps in order to make it happen. And whatever it was, you acted just in time, whatever it was. And that was when you got your confirmation in the 3D. Like something happened, or you saw something that was, aha, I've known it this whole time. And because of that, you put something into motion. And it was whatever you put into motion that literally killed somebody's ego off, killed somebody's greed off, literally put a stop to their actions. And that's why balance is being restored here after somebody here was... It's almost giving like this stubborn energy of somebody here wanting to prove a point in a way, but I don't know what point they were trying to prove. I don't know, it's given like somebody was just doing something now just on purpose. Maybe the lies didn't work, but now they just wanted to stick it to someone else. Maybe this King of Wands. This has been very messy. Somebody here could have gotten their own mother or father or grandparent involved, or I don't know, maybe if this is like business, maybe somebody here got other people from the office or whatever. But it was all based on lies. It was all based on mistruths. Universe, tell us more. Reflecting in the reverse. And unbothered. And haunted. You're unbothered by the fact that somebody here is haunted. Maybe somebody feels like you don't care about their trauma. A divination abuser. So this is somebody here that... Oh, come on. This is definitely an individual here that was abusing emotions, to find out what it is that you are up to, maybe even using divination in some kind of way, to find out what you were up to in order to work against you. I mean, don't they know that you need consent? Like, that's breaking a universal law. That's why I don't cross-watch readings. No offense to cross-watchers out there, but you need consent. Somebody here needs to do some reflecting. Reflecting on their own actions, reflecting on their own greed. You're unbothered, because I feel like something here, like, you see right through it. You know it's not genuine. Those feelings that they're trying to use, they're not genuine. It's just a tactic, a deceitful tactic that somebody uses. And this could even be somebody here that was using you to get information, to then use that against you in some kind of way. To blame you so that you could be the scapegoat. Somebody here has played out this person here that's creeping, who's living in Delulu land. Take that as confirmation. Somebody is living in Delulu land. Somebody here could even be refusing to move on or to even move. Maybe somebody here was given an eviction notice or something and they refused to leave. Maybe that's that stubbornness energy. Somebody here has been fishing for comments, like I said, trying to get information out of you. And then, but also using you as the scapegoat. This person who's creeping around the corner, stalking, being really creepy, all up in your environment, all up in your business, all up in your face. Universe, tell us more. We have rejected in the reverse. Romantic love affair. Dodging bullets. Is this someone that you were romantically connected with, collective, at some point? Or maybe this is someone here that's just a Lulu? Thinking that they were in some kind of romantic love affair with you? Or that you were in a romantic love affair with somebody else? Or with their person or something? I don't know, someone here, I can't make sense of this. And I think that everybody else is done trying to make sense of something, because something doesn't make sense anymore. That's why somebody here needs to admit defeat. That's why all of their lies are now stumbling into the forefront. Somebody here could literally be like stumbling over their words now. Because you're dodging bullets. This is somebody here that did not want to accept some kind of rejection. And that's what it is. It's their ego that's gotten the best of them. It's like somebody here got rejected, did not want to move on, tried to double down, but in trying to maintain their status quo, it brought imbalance to the whole environment. Kind of like somebody here who's like I said earlier, like a landlord and eviction type of energy. Like somebody here refusing to leave, refusing to do what is right. This could be somebody that's been purposely been extending some kind of breakup and getting a whole bunch of other people involved. To make matters worse, kind of also to like force their way. But they did it with lies and they did it with deceit. And they did it by trying to blame somebody else. Maybe this is somebody that was trying to blame that maybe you were getting in the way of their relationship or something. That you were the culprit, that you were the bad person. And this is a person that would be spinning the information that you would tell them. And this could be that two-faced friend, somebody who acted like they were your friend to your face to get you to trust them, to get you to be comfortable and vulnerable, you know, say what is on your mind, and then use that information against you to be like, oh, see what this person said about you, da-da-da-da, to make it seem like you were the one getting in the way, that you were the one creating all of these problems, that it was all your fault. What was going on between their own situation? It doesn't make sense. I think that somebody is very irrational, and I feel like the reason why they were doing it is because of some old, outdated belief. And it honestly feels like it could be like racism, sexism, ageism, homophobia, whatever. It definitely feels like it stems from some kind of hatred towards some kind of category. And maybe that's why when you finally got that confirmation out in the 3D, you were actually able to finally take action here. Because I feel like whatever that confirmation was, it wasn't just seen by you for confirmation, it was also vindication. Because everybody else saw it too. And it confirmed everything it confirmed your side of the story. That's why you're dodging bullets, escaping crazy people. This could be somebody here who's not right. And I say that with love. This person could not be, because of this inability to handle rejection. Because to them, it's feeling like failure. I really hope this person gets help. You know, we all need help from time to time. There's nothing wrong with that. Universe, please tell us more. We have a boss daddy? We have somebody here that's stable? Wow, somebody here was impersonating as if they were an emperor or an empress. We do have that Empress reversed. Somebody here was impersonating. This is somebody here that wanted the life that you had. They wanted your attention, your glory. This could even be somebody here who had an issue with the fact, maybe somebody here has a problem with your skin color or the way that you decide to love, or however it is that you decide to embrace your life, your authenticity, right? And they were like, well, that person doesn't deserve those gifts, or they don't deserve those perks of their life, or whatever you have going on for you. They felt like you didn't deserve it, whether it was the way that people looked at you, you know, your natural abilities, whatever it is that made you shine, whatever it is that made you you, right? That other people appreciated about you. And I feel like somebody had tried to twist something to make it seem like you were not the loyal one, but you were the problem starter. But that's all because they wanted to take something from you. It's like they wanted to be you. But the way they were doing it was by using somebody. I don't see any love, by the way. There's been no love anywhere. There have been no cups besides this 5 of Cups. And I feel like this is somebody here that was trying to ensure their own stability, their own security and safety here, but by working against you. Because they felt like you didn't deserve it because of this. Because you were this, or you're that, or whatever. And the fact that you're a boss, male or female, you just have that energy. That's your aura. This has been a very, very messy reading. I think I'm going to do another one after this. I was going to do an Aries reading, but this feels... Either way, it's over. It's over. Universe, tell us more. This is all out of greed, though. Adjudication. And now somebody here is in bad health. And in despair. Somebody here could be being imprisoned. Whatever plans they had, it's in bad health. Somebody here could be being imprisoned, spiritual prison or physical prison. There is some kind of adjudication here that is taking place. A verdict is getting ready to be released. This does look like it is a couple here. I don't know. Maybe some kind of... Somebody could have definitely been dragging out a divorce of sorts. And maybe now the verdict is coming down that this can't be dragged out any longer. Or somebody here could be being in trouble for lying. Somebody could definitely be being imprisoned in a physical jail here. Wow, we have this rat. Look at that rat. It's this person here that was working against you. Somebody here is definitely being held accountable. Either way, they're being held accountable. Universe, tell us more. A privileged lady, a child, poverty, and family room. This is somebody that was trying to wreak havoc on your innocence. They wanted you to be impoverished. They wanted you ousted from some kind of family situation, some kind of family affair. They wanted you out, and they wanted to take your place and take your role. This could have to do with the house, right here at the bottom of the deck. Y'all saw that courtship come right out and flip over. The divorce is being settled. You are going to be receiving some kind of sudden wealth. Because now this energy is no longer feeding off of you. And what I mean by feeding off of you is like you're no longer the scapegoat. And now nobody is no longer supporting this person. So now people are not tugging on your energy anymore, trying to keep you held accountable for something that isn't true. And when you lie to people, that's a form of mind control. It is. It's a form of mind control. How much time do we have? Universe. Wow. Game over. The game is over. We have one card that's flipped over. Doing drugs. Somebody here could be doing drugs. Somebody could be abusing prescription drugs. Keeping a promise. Somebody here was trying to keep a promise. Or somebody here is going back on their word. Somebody here destroyed a promise. A divorce. Wow. So maybe somebody here is so more angry that they feel like it's not even about the rejection of the betrayal. It's by the fact that they feel like somebody here destroyed a promise, destroyed their dreams. So it's like, you know what, I'm going to destroy something for you, but they feel like it's your fault, collective. They feel like you're the one that's destroying their relationship, so they wanted to destroy your life. That's what it is. Somebody took vengeance on you because they felt like you were getting in the way of their relationship because of their some kind of delusion, because of some kind of misplaced belief. I don't know. Maybe they think that people with a blonde hair are whores. I don't know. But it's something like some kind of stupid thing that's seated in some kind of outdated, old school, backwards thinking. So they wanted to make this a living hell for you. To make you unsettled in your own environment with your own people. Because they wanted to take your place. This is very fucking creepy. You're the problem in their relationship, but yet they want to embody you. That's very interesting. Because you're someone that has discovered yourself. And you're not afraid to be you. Because this person cannot be them if they're trying to be you. They don't know who they are, or they're afraid of who they really are. We have a bugaboo. This is somebody that's just using somebody. It could be a homosexual using somebody for a place to stay. Just using them for what they have, for the resources they provide. Somebody here could, like, this could also be considered like a gold digger type of energy. I did say there's no love here. We have a hater. This person is just a hater who makes bad choices and cannot assume responsibility for their own choices in life. See, maybe this is somebody here that felt like somebody here was going to be able to take care of them. And maybe that's the promise that they were holding to somebody. Well, like, you promised that you would take care of me and da-da-da this, and that we would have this, we would have our whatever. But it felt like also whatever it was that was promised was never theirs to begin with. It wasn't all theirs to begin with. I don't know. This feels strange. I don't know if this feels like somebody's spouse who doesn't want you to receive an inheritance that you're supposed to share with their partner, and they want to keep it all for themselves, and they're trying to get you out of the picture because they don't like who you are, because of your skin tone, because of the way that you like to love, like I said, but like they felt like you weren't deserving of it, and they were trying to then pretend to be your friend so that way they could weaponize anything that you said to them, so that way they can go back to their person and be like, see, I told you, trying to get in the middle of us and trying to use you for the excuse why their relationship isn't working, even though this was the person that was trying to take something from you. They were the one that created this whole entity in the first place because of their hate and their greed, by not wanting to share something that's not even theirs to begin with, but it could have been beautiful. This is somebody here who's a hater. And they've been caught. They have been caught and exposed for all the betrayal that they did, for backstabbing. This is somebody here who's unworthy of trust. And they're being kicked to the curb. Somebody here is being sent packing. They're being sent packing for their refusing to move on. And for accepting the truth for what it is, that they just got rejected. So it's like they were lying to themselves instead of embracing the truth. That's the type of person that you were dealing with until whatever you did put a dead stop and everybody else saw the truth. Everybody else saw it with that confirmation. We did have a hothead earlier. Somebody here could need anger management. This is somebody who doesn't know how to control themselves. This is definitely somebody that's not listening to the truth with the King of Swords reversed. The situation is over. A new foundation is being built, a more solid, stable one. This person that was working against you, goodbye. They're going to be going through some kind of unsettled times. They should have planned ahead. You're receiving some kind of good fortune, and there is going to be a celebration. It's like the pig is getting roasted. And that is what I have for y'all today. I might do a second reading, like I said. I should probably definitely get an Aries reading done, though. I think I have like 6 more signs to do, and not many days left of the month to finish them. But either way, I'm sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.